Alrighty, so what should I be looking at now when I start plugging this in? What's the first thing I should look at?
At the base and height and the...
Not all of it. There's one section I need to look at on this picture.
The triangle.
The triangle part. And sometimes you might want to circle that. That's all I'm looking at to fill in this right here. This is my triangular base area. So what is the base and the height only of the triangle? The 7 and the 3, the base and the height. So I'm going to put the 7 times the 3, and I can put the whole thing over 2, divided by 2. And then now I can go out here and put the height of the prism.
9.
It is going to be 9. Okay. And here's one that nothing cancels off. Right. 7 times 3 is 21 times 9 divided by 2. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 2 is 18. And then what do we still have to do?
Divided by 2.
Divided by 2. You follow your formula. Does anybody know what half of that is? Half of 189.
144.
If it were, I think so, if it were 188, would you know what half of 188 is? Would it be 144?
Wait, no, it's 44.
Let's just,
44. 94.
okay,
Just here?
let's just go ahead and divide it. Divided by 2.
It would be 94.
And then I'm going to have 1 left over, so it's going to be 94 and a half, I believe. So let's go ahead and divide this. So 2 does not go into here. 2 goes into here 9 times. 9 times 2 is 18. Subtract. And 4 times 2 is 8.
Remainder of 1.
And then where do I put the 1?
Remainder.
Well, we don't use remainders anymore in the 6th grade. You put 1, put your remainder up there over what we're dividing by?
2.
2. So it is, the volume is 94 and a half centimeters. And I'm just going to mention this right now. You know, please don't ever question, you don't question your teachers, and you don't become argumentative, because I'm going to deal with that today with parents and with Ms. Godot. But this particular unit was on area of rectangles, circles, triangles, then volume of prisms, volume of a triangular prism, volume of cylinder, volume of pyramid. Would you have liked that all in one test? Probably not. I had to split it up. That's why it's coming in 2 parts. Don't ever question a teacher, please. All right, it would have been, a lot of you would have bombed it had I put so much information on it. So we're separating it to hopefully make it easy. So let's go on. So that one, oh, by the way, this is cubic units. All right, this one we're not going to do because I'm not going to worry about all the decimals. I just need to see if you can plug in the information. Oh, those all have decimals. I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to change this a little bit. I'm going to make this, because all of them have decimals here. So I'm going to make this an 8. I'm going to make this base a 4. I'm going to make this a 7. So it's again, here is and here on this one, because it's a bit bigger, you can see that this triangular figure is facing this one. So the ones that are parallel is how you name it. The ones that are parallel facing each other is a triangular prism. And we'll see later on that you'll have some that are, they don't have anything facing. Those are the pyramids. All right, So on this one, on the number 3, what is the formula for the volume of a triangular prism?
Base times height.
So it is big B times H. But unless they've already calculated that area, you have to change this yourself to the formula for the triangle. And you are absolutely right. It is base times height divided by 2. So we're going to change that. Base times height divided by 2. And then again, I'm going to put my little triangle symbol. I'm only going to be looking at the triangle to get those numbers. And then times the height of the prism. Then.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
So with the other one, you put like another hat. One.
On the last one?
Yeah.
Because it didn't come out even.
No, on the like, you added like another 9.
I don't need to hear you. All right. I don't understand what you're saying, Jesse.
No, on the 3, I got
Oh, that's the height. You know, it's from a different, like if it stood up this way, if it were standing here, that would be the height. Okay. So on this one, when I fill this out, what's the only thing I should be looking at right now to get these numbers? The triangle itself. So who knows what's the base? Johnny, what is the base and the height of the triangle? Hold on a second. And then what? Very good. So 4 is the base times the height divided by 2. So that's the information from the triangle. And then what would be the height? Yeah, if I sat it on the triangle itself, the height would be right here, is the 7. In fact, it's the one that's not in the triangle. So the one not in the triangle would be the 7. And again, you can extend that. Then on this one, is there something that you can reduce?
The 8.
You can reduce, yeah, you can either reduce the 2 or the 4.
The 8.
So we'll reduce the 8. 2 goes into 2 ones. 8 goes into 2 4 times. So I can go 16 times 7 or 28 times 4. Does it matter?
28.
7 times 4 is 28.
Oh. No, you have to do the 2 and the 8 and the triangle and then
You don't have to now at this point you can just multiply them all.
all right, because they're
So I'll just go 16. 4 times 4 is 16 times the 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And there we go. And very good. So it is 1, 1, 2. Okay. All righty. All righty. So I am going to change these numbers. I think we'll do 1 decimal problem, but not with 3 decimals. So I'm going to make this height a 4. I'll make this height a 7 and make this height a 4. So yes, ma'am. I will post it. All right. So again, what shape is this? With the whole thing is called a what then? A triangular prism, because the triangles face each other. So on this, the number 4 is volume is base area times the height. And what is the shape of my base area? A triangle. So I need to substitute this for the area of a triangle, which is the base times height divided by 2. So base times height divided by 2 times the height. In fact, why don't you go ahead, okay, excuse me, why don't you go ahead and fill in everything and see if you can solve it. We'll see if we can come up to the same answer. For this one, and I changed the numbers. The height is 4. Well, I'm not going to tell you. I guess I did. Okay, and what answer did you get?
56.
Okay, wow. And by the way, you're going to be, this is on the other side of this formula chart, where you will be given the volume formula, base times height, but again, and then right to the left, they're saying, well, the area formula for the big B is 1/2 base times height. So you would switch that, and I usually write it base times height divided by 2. You would switch that right into here. So tomorrow I'll run these off, and so you can have this to use. So again, let's see if you guys got that right. So it is, I just look at the triangle, the base is 7, the height is 4, and the formula tells me to divide it by 2, and then times the height of 4, which I can put all together. And then did something reduce?
Yeah, 2, 4.
The 2 and the 4. 2 goes into 4 twice. So in fact, I'm going to go backwards. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56. Very good job. So that is going to be 56. And what kind of units is it for volume? It is going to be 3. Because again, once I put this in, it's one dimension, the base times the height times another height. So it is 3-dimensional. And then
I did it the other way.
what other way did you do it?
I did the other 4. And I got that in that.
Well, it comes out to be the same. Yeah. So again, I'm going to change this one. So this is a little bit different. I'm going to leave 1 decimal. I'm going to make this a 3. I'm going to leave that 8 there, and I'm going to leave that as 0.7. So you go ahead and see if you can come up with an answer.
Where's the Lego?
Again, it is, okay, Jess, you don't need to worry about her. All right, here is it looks like the triangles are facing each other, so it's a triangular prism. It's 3. That's what I'm telling you right now. So I changed this height to a 3. This is staying a 0.7. And this is staying an 8. So we will have 1 decimal.
It's so like 0.7 or just 7?
It's 0.7.
Can you do the left problem by yourself? Do that problem?
With all those decimals?
No, but different numbers. Like
I'm gonna, yeah, I'll change the numbers. That's what you're doing. You're doing this one by yourself right now.
Okay, thank you.
And see what you come up with again. Mm.
I got 84.
Okay, I hear an 84. Did anybody else get anything different?
Yeah, 84.
Wow. Okay, so, all right, I need to look at first is my triangle. So I'm looking at my triangle. So I don't even look at that yet. I don't look at the 8. So what two numbers am I going to put in for the base and the height? Yeah, the point, and I don't need the 0 real, so I'm going to put in the 0.7. The height is 3. And then the formula says divided by 2 times, and so this is my triangle, but now I can times it times the height of the prism. And so here's my triangle information. Now I look away from my triangle information. What's the only number left?
8.
Is 8 to be my height. Then I could multiply those together, or can I reduce one of the numbers on top? We can reduce the 8. 2 goes into that 4 times. And I think your answer is right, because then it's going to be 12 times 7. Oh, I don't think this answer is right. Okay, hold on. So this comes to 14. That comes to 84. But didn't we have a decimal on the 7? 8.4. You've got to go in one place.
Oh, I forgot the decimal.
Okay.
I forgot that decimal.
Don't be bad. Right. So it's going to be 8.4 cubic meters. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead. All right. Then I'm going to change these numbers. I'm going to change this to 6. Leave this as a 3, and I'm going to make this a 2. Again, the first thing you're going to do is write your formula. What did somebody get?
18.
And I think you're right. All right. So volume is, and again, I'm going to take that big B right away, and I'm going to switch it for my triangle formula times the height of the prism. So what are the numbers that I have to put, Liliana, right here? Yeah, what's the base and the height of the triangle? We're doing this one. That's the height. What is the base? I'm sorry, what? Here's my triangle. Here's the triangle. What's the base of this triangle? It's 3. Times the height is 6 divided by 2. So that's all my triangle information. Then times the height of the prism. Well, again, if I cover up that triangle, what's the only number left? The only number left is the 2. That's the height of the prism. Okay. And then, by the way, can I cross anything out on top and bottom? You cross out the 2. In fact, I'm just going to cross out the 2's. And there's your answer. 3 times 6 is 18. And if you got 18, you are doing great. 18. What's that?
Not right now.
Jesse, be quiet. Well, hold on a second. The height of the... All right. Flip it over on the back. I'm not going to get, sir, have a seat, please. I'm not going to get to these today. We'll do those tomorrow. But flip it over on the back. Yes. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Later on when he comes back. All right, on this one. So we're going to go ahead and do these two right here. So it says find the volume, the height of the triangular prism, and I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this to just a 6. Okay. The height of the triangular prism is 6. And oh, this is a good one. Jesse, stop playing. Okay, so listen carefully to this one. The area of the base is 24 centimeters squared. The height of the triangular prism is this. So find the volume. So I'm going to start out on 16. Volume is big base area times height. Then volume is, normally I would switch that out for base times height divided by 2, and I'm going to put a big H, times the height of the prism. But it says the height of the triangular prism is 6. Where would I, ma'am, get your feet down. Where would I put the 6? Where would I put this 6? It's the height of the prism. As this height. That's going to go right here. But then it says, but wait, do I have the base and height of the triangle? Does it tell me that? It says well, it doesn't though. It says the area of the base, and it's a triangular prism. So they're telling me they're telling me already the area of that triangular is 24 square centimeters. Well, yeah, and put it in there with your other hand. It is just a moment. Let's finish this one. Okay. I know. All right. So on this one, what does this mean, centimeter square? Okay, and I shouldn't hear you talking over there. Okay, say that again, Gianni. Very good. That means they've already, this is one of the easiest ones. That means they've already calculated the whole area. So I don't need to fill anything in here. I'm going to cross this out. Do I already have the base area? Yeah. They give it to you. So all I need to put here is 24. Because it says centimeters squared, they've already done the base times height divided by 2. And then I just need the height of the prism. And what did they say the height of the prism was? It was 6. So all we need to do is that. So finish that up and tell me what you get.
6,000.
Jesse, multiply better than that.
100.
Jesse, 6 times 4, that seems reasonable, is 24. 6 times 2 is 12, 13, 14.
124. I got 144.
It is 144. Very good. 144. And now, by the way, this was square units, but then times, no, sit down, please. Then times the third dimension makes it cubic units. Johnny, you can go. Then, okay, the 18 is the last one that we're going to do. Yes. Okay. It says the volume. Here they're already giving you the answer. It says the volume is 84 cubic inches. In fact, they're talking about volume, base area times the height of the prism. Well, hold on a second. Didn't they just tell me the answer? So guess where I'm going to put that 84? Under the base area, under the height, or under the volume? Under the volume. So they've already told me that. The volume is that. So what do they want me to find? Then they say the area of the base. Isn't that this right here? They calculated it again. The area of that whole base is 12 square units. So, and we're looking for, hold on a second, who just said that, Christian? And then they're looking for the height. So there's nothing to calculate here except just fill it in. Okay, and Christian, did you know what the height is?
Yeah.
How did you find it? Yeah, you can. 12 times 7 is 84. Very good. Or I could have divided by 12. It still comes to 7. So again, 12 times 7. Okay. So that is it for today. Put this paper away, and I'll pick it up tomorrow after we go over the cylinder. And Jesse, could you go ahead and turn on the light, please?